Yeah.
Yo, what's going on? It's Jay.
It's big.
This is Lit Logic. We're on episode 29.
29.
So, football is back.
Hey.
So, we're going to talk about it. But before we get into that, we got some guests. Why don't you guys introduce yourself? Start.
What's going on? It's Brandon. Good to see y'all again.
It's Purge. Y'all might know me. NFL War Room CEO. Holla at your boy.
Okay.
There it is. So how we're going to do this, we're going to go down by, each team, each division. And we're just going to give our opinions on it and then who we think we're going to win that division. Okay.
So what division?
I'm going to go by what's on here first.
Oh, shit.
So the first one is the AFC East, my division.
Oh, shit. Come on, man. Nah. We not even going to talk about it.
Listen,
look, we know. Look, that segment's over. We know, bro.
Listen, man. So
with or without a quarterback, y'all still win the division.
Listen. All right, so the first team is obviously the Patriots.
I'm not talking
about Patch Gang, you feel me? So
I'm talking about shout out to Cameron Jarrell Newton.
Damn, that nigga tried to cover
old governor. Shout out to my boy Cam Newton.
So it's gonna be interesting that I never thought I'd see Tom leave, man. Like after 20 years,
But did you see when he left? You see the smile on his face? He came to the field in Ray-Bans. He ain't never do that with Belichick. Tom living his best life. Him and Gronk.
That's like Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Top Gun.
Like what?
Top Gun.
I just think Tom should just retire from the picture, man. Going to Tampa Bay, I mean, I get it, but
Tom heard that walk on the radio. And trying to live
all the great creepies did it. Montana did retire as a 49er. Unitas did retire as a Colt.
The Goats don't retire when they start.
Brett Favre?
That
nigga went in retirement and came back.
Brett was trying to get money. That's a little bit.
What kind of problem?
And then Smith retired at Cardinal.
That don't matter.
That was the biggest robbery in NFL history. What they give him, 22 a year? My man was robbing.
Yeah, but I mean, for week one,
not blind to their face.
Can't look pretty solid.
He brought fans to the stand. Nobody came to everybody.
Nobody came to see him.
What's up, double statement?
Nobody come to see you, Otis. Wish you worked.
Only one day for nothing.
Yeah, man, but for week one, Cam looked solid. I mean, I know it was the Dolphins and stuff, but 75 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. They looked solid.
The Dolphins, they got a decent defense. It's not the same Dolphins we used to seeing this year. But Cam did. I knew he would look all right though. You got to look at all the quarterbacks that thrive under Belichick. You think Cam gonna go in there and do any worse than Matt Castle? Like, come on now, Matt Castle's killing over there.
Yeah, but this is nothing.
That Brian Hoyer.
Yeah,
Brian Hoyer, the ultimate backup guy.
Here's the thing, man. They've done changes, a lot of changes to their offense because now they have a running quarterback. So they revamped.
I feel like he's been wanting to run a quarterback forever. That's why he loves Cam. Yeah. Now they got something they ain't have in 20-some years.
I'm gonna say this about the Patriots. I always, I like Cam Newton. That's my dude. I feel like he's a great fit for y'all. But the suspect thing about y'all is the key word is defense. Right. D-line is terrible. Linebackers are slow. Best thing about y'all defense is y'all DBs. So that I would have thought y'all in the draft would have drafted pass rushers.
Right.
But I see that.
Hey man, Bill do what he do, man.
Which is the same shit. I don't even think he look at the board when he draft niggas anymore. Y'all don't even get high up in. Y'all like all the way close to the bottom. So it's like
I used to draft him like
I'm sorry. In the first round, y'all traded y'all first round pick. Yeah, y'all gave the shit away. Silly shit.
That's regular Patriots.
That's silly shit. Y'all gave the first round and Tom. That's silly shit, yo.
Hey man, listen.
And y'all let Gronk PTSD ass walk out the building. It's crazy, yo. Y'all niggas
Hey man, we gonna be alright.
And y'all got rid of Malcolm. Had that man crying during the Super.
That was some bullshit. But that's a story for another.
Y'all
time.
really make it hard to like y'all sometimes, man. Y'all do. Like I be really trying to root for y'all, but y'all just some fucking assholes.
Now we can say that is it now the hoodie himself, Belichick, the reason why we don't like Patriots? Like now that Brady's gone, is it was it just the culture or was it just Brady?
No, it was
Bill.
Bill. But they said Bill's the fun guy though. They said at the Halloween party that nigga was cheesing ear to ear. At the Super Bowl ceremonies, that nigga be happy.
I would be too. All right, so the next team is the Bills. They've been progressing.
They got a lot to live up to.
They made a lot of
trying to crown them. I don't know what the infatuation is with the Josh Allen dude, because they be like casting him like he Watson and them level, and I'm like, yo, I ain't seen nothing from him like that.
He shows flashes, but he's not consistent to like take him seriously.
He doesn't make smart decisions.
Yeah,
like he's a gunslinger.
He's a mobile gunslinger, pretty much.
I was telling him
you rarely even see him sling it like that.
I was telling him he's like Brett Favre. He's throwing the ball. Like he's looking to throw, and what I was gonna say, they made great off season. Like they went out and got Stephon Diggs, which was good, really good pickup. Which he's used to playing in cold weather in Minnesota, so that's a great fit for him. And
it's cold up there.
It is. Yeah, it's cold in Minnesota too.
It's cold, yeah. But I mean, they're indoors, but
it's cold in
Minnesota, so
yeah, that's
outdoors.
But I think they're gonna be pretty solid. They're gonna give us the most trouble in the.
I think they're gonna get a little bit over 500.
The defense is the strength of that team.
Right, yeah, in fact,
they got a lot of ballers on that side of the ball.
Yeah, they're young on defense, which is like good. They're young on defense.
They got a lot of depth.
I'm happy they got rid of Rex Ryan and his brother, man. Yo, Rex Ryan brother, he ruined our defense. I'm sorry. This nigga blitz every down. Like, bro, we ran no pass coverages. It was straight out 8-man blitz every down. No type. Middle was open. Like, yo, bro, I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, what are we doing? 1st and 10, all out blitz. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? The game's just started.
Thinking he out.
Yeah, bro. Both of them niggas went to the Bills.
They
went to the Bills and played this dude's team, the Patriots. And literally, it was an all-out kill Tom fest. Like they didn't care about scoring. They just wanted to see Tom get off the ground.
On his ass.
More than 30 times.
Bro,
he did that shit with the fucking Jets, the Bills, the Saints. That shit with 3 fucking teams, bro. It's not working. It's not working.
His dad buddy was like that. Like,
it don't fucking work.
Whether he was coach or coordinator, his ego got the best of him.
Only time it worked is with the Baltimore Ravens. Like he had all dogs on that team, with Ray Lewis and Ed and them.
Next team is the Jets.
Smooth.
Shout out to my boy Smooth. Shout out to my boy Reed.
Some teams just gonna have to be skits.
Yo, Reed, shout out to you, boys. Keep your head up.
I will say this. Le'Veon just went on injury reserve, so it's looking real spooky.
It's looking real spooky. James Conner beat James Conner.
They still stuck in the butt fumble curse.
I hope the New York team suck, yeah. It's crazy, yeah.
Hey, thank God. I'd rather be a Giants fan, man.
That's hard being them. After seeing that shit yesterday.
Totally.
You gotta stay quiet, man. We'll get to that when we get to them.
All right, the last but not least is the Dolphins. And your man.
That's a weird team.
Yeah, it is.
They can shock you or they can suck again.
This is what Fitzpatrick feels like doing.
Fitzpatrick.
He's like the quarterback.
Hey, leave my boy
we can get
alone.
Fitz one week where he's amazing and the next
Fitzpatrick
week
go off against his team, yo. Whatever team Fitzpatrick is on, when he play the Patriots, it's on. It's on, yo.
He goes over Eagles too.
Yeah, it's I don't know if it's the coaches or it's just y'all.
Fitzmagic. It's gonna be in between. They gonna be
Fitzmagic is Fitzpatrick.
At least you didn't go out and acquire a nigga that throw 50 for 50.
Kirkpatrick.
You didn't go acquire a nigga that went 50 for 50 and say he had a great season. Just saying, man. It's not a good season.
All right, so we're gonna go to the AFC West and we're gonna start with the Chiefs. the reigning champs.
They're gonna be the reigning champs.
Good luck.
They're gonna be the reigning champs.
Good luck.
They going back.
What do you need to say?
If they can stay healthy, they're going back.
Long as they
You
don't-
seen that the first game. Pat was
As long as
back
they
there
don't stay
making
healthy or
good.
Patrick Mahomes turns and start doing crack or something, they gonna
Do
need.
we need
Bro, that's all them
That's
niggas
We need
need.
to
what
talk
I'm
about the rest
saying
of the
for the
AFC
next
West
5 years.
Unless the first,
AFC West, if you're a fan in it, good luck.
unless the first and the second team said, yeah, we ain't playing.
Who are they? The Raiders, the Broncos, and the Chargers?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, they going. Y'all might
Oh,
as
there's
well.
something-
Right for wild card spot.
Yo, Jake, look, let's not talk about the Chiefs. Go to them bum ass Chargers. I need to
Hold on, wait. I'm just
No,
waiting.
You know, the Chargers be giving the Chiefs smoke every time they play
Chargers
them, though.
be pissing me off on
They
the
got-
tickets, yo.
Yeah. I don't take them on tickets.
No more.
No
I
more.
took Cincy on them.
It just don't make no fucking sense how
Straight
sorry they
north
are.
as they
yo.
spread.
Right, and they just gonna get worse because they
With
lost.
or without the boat.
I feel like the Chargers are always a team that has all the pieces, but don't never just. You think they're gonna make a run and they just don't do it. They'll get there and all. Hit
It's
by
like-
the first round, and as soon as they went against y'all, just melt. They just kept running into the Patriots and just
Right.
melting. They'll beat anybody else. They go against Tom Brady and Bill, melt, blow.
It's been like that for at least 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, they just like this current, this decade Patriots. They're doing that last decade.
Yeah, even when they had LT, they
Yes,
get against y'all, blow them the fuck out.
Right.
You see, like they just
Like, that's how it was. That's how it was with the Chiefs.
I was the Chargers fans.
That's how it was with the Chiefs when they ran into them in the playoffs. Yo, every time the Chiefs ran into these niggas in the playoffs, it's an automatic L.
That was it. The only
Ass
motherfucker that was
whooping.
getting by him was Peyton or that's it, really.
Yeah.
The Chargers want to beat the
The
Colts.
Jets would catch him slipping. I think that was that one year.
Before. Jets beat them, the Santonio Mouse went off in that game. Remember that? They had Drew Brees that game too. The Chargers back then.
No, I'm talking about when the Jets beat the Patriots.
So they beat them again. Oh no, so he's on the Patriots. Sorry.
Mm.
What's about the Chargers?
Yeah, the Chargers got him 1 year with Drew.
Yeah.
I know they sick for letting him go.
All right, next team is the now Las Vegas Raiders.
Vegas.
They're decent for what I've seen. They held their own.
I've been saying this ever since I found out
I think
the
they
day.
fucked up the draft though.
I've been saying this ever
Heard
since
that.
they went to Las Vegas. Don't be surprised if they make a Super Bowl appearance within the
They
next
are.
5 or 7 years.
Oh, they
I
are.
like for that team to stay in
And
Vegas.
Vegas gonna fuck up the
Vegas-
church's money.
Vegas-
They gonna fuck the
Vegas
church's
get this
money.
interested with shit quick.
Mhm.
Like, man, why would I go to a baseball game when I could be on the strip?
Tourist
City.
Word is
It's
like.
Tourist City.
Hey.
People don't understand that.
That's
And
what
imagine
I'm
on
gonna
Super
go
Bowl.
there. I mean, there's a lot of people I know out Vegas that got season tickets just to go because it's the Raiders, but that's mostly gonna be a tourist attraction. If you're in the game, you might want to catch a Raiders game, but who the fuck gonna pay all that money to see some bum ass team play? Like,
Right.
unless it's your squad, you feel me?
That's the key though.
That's where you're gonna get a lot of outside fans. They're gonna be like how LA is, kind of
Chargers.
with anybody. The Rams or anybody come to a game, the opposite team gonna have more fans. You going? They play the Eagles.
Nobody's
Chargers
Especially
go
if
to
they
another
play
level with
Eagles,
that.
Nobody
Cowboys.
goes to a Chargers
And
game.
Chargers on another level when it comes to that.
Nobody.
That's
Well,
embarrassing.
nah, I think the Washington football team got everybody beat. Their home stadium is really a away game for them, bro. I lie you not.
But Chargers,
I went to a Cowboy game. You see most of them do it.
I see. Remember I was on TV. I
And the
see that. I was
Eagles
like,
went
wow.
and did the same shit the week
Last
after.
year, yeah.
You've seen a shitload of green. I'm like, damn.
Now the Chargers, that's literally every single game. Like the Dolphins did that. The Chargers.
I just
Like
feel
what?
like that's a weird Chargers. That's a weird team.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
Shouts to my boy KB though, but you like a weird ass team, bro. Especially to be in Jersey, just like
Shout
Chargers.
out to Doodle. He like the, and my cousin.
Oh, yeah,
they
like-
like them Chargers too.
Them Thunderbolts. Junior say I'll bring the Bay out. Come on, man. Y'all terrible, yo. Y'all fucking terrible. Like it don't make no. I'm sorry, but it just don't make no fucking sense, yo. It don't make no sense. You get paid all that money to display that bullshit on
Let
TV.
man Super Bowl champs walk. Niggas left their team with one ring. So. That's terrible.
All right, and the last team for the AFC West is the Broncos. I don't really see too much.
Bum ass.
Von Miller going out hurt them badly.
Drew Lock was good.
Von Miller
Listen.
faked the injury, man. He's seen it this year. They're not winning.
They got,
Like,
they got a good
He's
defense.
30 years old. He need to save himself from when he decides he wants to go win another ring somewhere.
Yeah,
Bro, it's no he.
Yeah.
come
I would-
holler at us.
Like, I mean, but the one thing they did, I think they went out and got
Jared.
Jared Jack because he went down from Jacksonville, so that was a good pickup for them because he's another Von Miller type. But I mean, Melvin Gordon, that was a. I mean, yes, I mean he had a fumble. Did he do?
It looks good now that they got it because Lindsey hurt.
Yeah.
So definitely people was doubting it before.
And then they who they get? What's that receiver they got?
Jerry Judy.
Yep, Judy.
I think he's the best receiver
Judy
in the draft overall.
Judy look good.
His route running is real.
Yeah.
He remind me of like a taller Amari Cooper, the way he run his routes.
All right,
The
man.
Colts be doing cuts be so precise.
Chris Routes.
Yeah.
All right, so we are in the AFC North, and we're gonna start off with the Ravens. So already like
Good luck.
Woo woo. Big trust.
Yeah,
Lamar
this-
Jackson.
That's the Ravens division to lose, bro.
Yeah.
yeah, I
They
mean,
better hope.
it looked like it's
God,
pretty much locked
when
up.
When
Like,
AB get off, they better hope to God that he don't go to that team. That's my best bet for him to go.
so,
They want him.
AB on the Ravens. What the hell?
He can get payback against the Steelers. I'm telling you.
That'd be unfair.
I'm telling you. Lamar gonna get what he want. The nigga said he want AB.
You heard what he said.
His cousin already on the team.
You heard what he said. He'll see y'all in February. He know what time it is. He
He
know
about to
big
go to the
trust.
Ravens and win the Super
Don't
Bowl.
forget Mark Ingram. Shout out to my boy Mark Ingram, man.
Mark
he's
over
still
there balling.
he's still a saint in my heart. He's still a saint in my heart. Forever.
Now you see
Temptations
Now you
forever.
see why they were so mad that he left.
Because I mean
He's
he
producing over
he
there.
left
He
and
left
we
and balled
got
the fuck out.
what, Latavius Murray?
He's not bad now.
That was
He's not, but
We got
I
we
prefer
say that
Mark.
for that division
Oh
for
my
we
bad.
get
Pretty good.
I prefer Mark.
All right, we got the Steelers.
good defense, offense,
That's a
suspect.
suspect. Yeah.
Great defense.
They've been back, man. You know,
I
coming
mean,
off
he looked.
He about to get hurt.
He about to get hurt.
Everybody get hurt in the third game.
That offensive line is trash, bro. He was getting rocked.
Bro, do you want to know? You want to know something that's terrible? He is how old is Big Ben?
38.
He's 38 years old and he's still getting paid $35 million a year.
That's because of a knee.
And he don't even fucking play.
He
That's
Super
the crazy
Bowls.
part.
QB.
That's what happened when you win 2 Super Bowls for your franchise.
Some niggas be like, "Hey, you feeling it this
The
season?"
thing is,
Nah.
if they can protect him, I think because he can still throw the hell out of the deep ball. Even some throws yesterday was old school Big Ben throws.
Yeah.
You just got to give him time. He ain't mobile no more because that run yesterday, he had to run like a 6 flat, bro. You see that run? Like, it was so slow, yo.
That's stiff.
Yeah, looking like he fucking run like a grandma.
They need
Like
to
a
get him
running
some
chair.
new weapons though.
Yeah.
They need to get him a better. I don't think
Yeah,
James
and-
Conner's.
and
God,
He's got Juju.
He's on his last year. He's on his last year of his contract, though.
They gotta keep Juju.
But Juju not a number one.
I like the tight end edition they got though, Ebron. I didn't know they got him.
They got Eric Ebron.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that either.
balling last
That's a
night.
good tuck from pickup from the Colts.
Yeah.
That's a big tuck.
That's-
But they need to get them some more weapons. Like if they're gonna keep Big Ben, they gotta give them some more weapons.
Steelers are like one of the fall from grace teams. Like you know,
They
you
like
had
the Spurs.
you had Le'Veon, AB, and all that stuff. That shit they just walked.
All they had to do was pay them boys.
All you had to do was pay them.
They good and Big Ben.
Take it off. Take it
Yeah,
off.
that's
Fucking
why
up,
they both
fucking up the church's fucking up the
Like,
church's
man, we
money.
making you look good and you gonna take the money?
I mean, you know what we gonna get? I'm gonna get. There's another situation like that with another team that we haven't talked about, and I'm gonna get into that.
I don't know where this is going.
Yes,
Yo,
yes, you do.
As soon as we get to it, you gonna let us know.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna let you know. Oh, that ain't no problem. Oh, that ain't no
All right,
problem.
next is Bengals. You know, the Joe Burrow show.
They're going in the right direction, honestly.
Oh, you mean Joe Burrow and the Bengals?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're going in the right direction. I think Joe Burrow gonna be good.
He
man.
tough.
I liked him since I started seeing him last year. I ain't know much about him. But when I just seen him throwing, everybody was trying to, he got all them receivers. So I'm like, but still, the way he play and throw that ball, that was NFL status.
And you can tell he's.
I wasn't
confident.
shocked. Yeah, you can see the way he's already leading that team.
He a
AJ,
positive
look at
confident
AJ Green.
person.
AJ Green went from wanting to leave and not hearing it to playing his ass off for that rookie. So obviously he done said something right for him.
Yeah.
You know, I feel bad for AJ Green, boy.
Yeah.
A lot of wasted years of greatness. It's like how Andre Johnson was. This quiet, humble dude that might not get all the respect he deserved when he retired.
Not even that. Megatron, man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Megatron still get his respect, though.
No, I'm saying
You
he's
mentioned
wasted
him
his
up there.
talent.
Yeah,
Same with Larry Fitzgerald.
Same with Larry.
Yo, he just
Larry.
won't fucking do
Larry.
it.
Larry Sanders.
Larry and these guys.
Larry freaking said.
Megatron didn't have no playoff success. Larry and these guys some playoff work.
He a Super Bowl appearance.
Yeah,
He was one. He was one himself that year.
He's known as
I wanted him to win, but I wanted.
That man has more tackles than catches. I mean, drop passes. That's unreal, bro.
Yeah.
Out of all the years he played, and it's like not even close. I think he only has like a total of 5 drop passes, bro. That's some stupid ass
That's
number,
ridiculous.
All
Makes
concentration.
it sad. I don't think people like when it's all said and done gonna put him top 5 of all time. He'll be like on the outside. But
They're gonna give him the Emmitt Smith treatment, saying he got a lot of records because he played long, but people don't realize that shit not easy. You can't penalize him because he took care of his body. That's greatness. Just like when people shit on Frank Gore. You feel me? I'm like, why you can't be mad at that man play and take care of his body? Like, he was lucky he didn't get injured. Shit, he still loved the game. As long as you still got the fire for it, you can play as long as you want.
That's what I say
That's
about.
why Tom plays. Tom still got the fire. And this was, when we get to them, I'll speak on it. I don't want to get too deep.
That's how I felt about Vince Carter.
I'm glad you saved
sport, but
the better side of the division for last. The NFC is more interested. Y'all got a lot of boring divisions. You know who's going to win next year.
He's a soap opera.
And the last team is the Browns.
And what's the next one?
My boy Noodle Horn.
What's the next one? That's the next one.
They got talent.
Bro,
they just can't get it
Odell
together.
Beckham was dumb. Odell Beckham is a deep threat. If your quarterback can't throw the deep ball, why did you get him? You should have let another team get him.
They just got him for the name.
Yeah, you got him because it would have made Jarvis Landry happy and made him resign. And then, you get Odell. But it's like, Baker. We all knew Baker didn't have the arm strength. Why even, test that? Now you're going to have to trade him away.
Yeah, that's what they told me.
You're not going to get, they already put him on work. You're not going to get what you got for him. You feel me? It was a waste. And
when you're a team as desperate as the Browns, you do moves like that.
Honestly, both moves failed for both teams, I think, because if Odell was on the Giants with Jones, they'd be a lot more dangerous. Jones can throw that deep ball, and it's hard to overthrow Odell. You feel me?
And with
that opens it up, and now you can't load the box on Saquon. Because a nigga like Odell, all he needs is one catch, and he go to the crib off a slant or whatever, along with all Golden Tate and all the motherfuckers. I mean, we'll get to them too. But I'm speaking of the Browns. That trade didn't really benefit them.
What I feel about
it was a put asses in seats move.
Yeah.
What I feel about the Browns is just pure dumpster trash.
They're a great team on Madden. They got a defense too. They have
a coach. They had a coach that didn't know what he was doing.
Now you're starting to see it may not even be so much the coach they had last year. Maybe it just wasn't. It was the team. It was the team that they put, and you don't have a good culture. When your leader is like Baker Mayfield, who has character issues, that bleeds on the whole fucking team because he's the quarterback.
The whole team has character issues. You got Jarvis, Odell.
Jarvis is actually pretty chill. Odell is more of the shell. Jarvis is the calm one.
Not on that hard knocks.
Well, that's because the motherfuckers was not busting their ass. Like, Jarvis make sure you bust your ass at practice.
Then you got Baker, which is he cares about commercials.
That's what I'm saying. It starts at the top.
And then you have Myles Garrett, which
that was one instance.
No. I like Myles Garrett. I just feel like he's a lonely dude on the deep. Like he's have to take so much responsibility on that defense.
They got the two standouts. It's him, Denzel Ward. Their corner is good, but everybody else is kind of trash.
Two lonely niggas on your.
They got Olivier Vernon is iffy, but he's past his prime.
I want to see him next year, and then I'll make that decision for him. To see him grow more, but they gotta, like you said, they gotta get rid of Baker. They gotta clean house.
You don't even have to get rid of Baker. Baker could be a good quarterback, but you need to run the West Coast offense with him. All that setting up deep has got to be think and dunk. You know what I mean?
You got the Bengals, the Browns, and who else?
Ravens division. Ravens got that.
No, they got it, but it's like for the Browns, it's like for that division, for them, that's a tough division. So they have to. He got to come.
That young boy gonna be on their ass, and they gonna be fighting for last place.
Bengal Brown.
They better hope the Steelers don't get lucky and run into somebody. If I was the Steelers, I would look to fucking grab that boy Josh Rosen and make him sit behind Ben and learn. Because it's not like he's bad, he just didn't get a chance. Everywhere he go, he got replaced the year after. You feel me? And then went to Miami, looked decent for a game, got a concussion. Fitzmagic started. Now you can't even play no more. You feel me? You just keep getting the short end of the stick.
Yeah, true. All right, AFC South.
Woo!
Jaguars.
That's division hot trash.
Missouri, dumpster fire.
Dumpster juice.
They pulled a straight Sixers. Trust the process. Let's get rid of everybody. Let's tank and then not even tank right.
Got rid of Jalen Ramsey.
Who knows? You never know.
They got Nick
They may have really not been tanking. They may have just got rid of everybody that had an ego, and now they may just have a lot of. I mean, I did see that everybody was more upbeat. Last year, you could kind of tell something was going wrong, but they got rid of a lot of people, and I mean, they still got young talent on that defense.
That's done over though.
They got the two pass rushers, Josh Allen, the pass rusher, drafted him, and then the what was the boy name from LSU that they got drafted? Chase Long. His name's like Cleveon Chase Long. He was from LSU.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, they got him. They did some decent shit in the draft. So I don't know. They young, but we'll see what happens.
Tennessee Titans.
Boom.
We know what they are. Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry and the good defense. Their defense is good.
Now
It
we're about to talk about
it
it.
doesn't get enough credit.
I don't know if you can
Remember
put Tannehill to carry
the situation
60 games.
from earlier?
Yeah.
What was the team we was talking about earlier with the running back?
Steelers?
Yeah. So with Derrick Henry's situation, I feel like that's the same thing.
Oh, because they paid
They paid Tannehill instead of paying the dude that led you
He
there.
got a contract though.
I think he got a franchise
Yeah,
tag.
they,
Sure?
yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't give him a franchise.
They started the deal.
I'm not sure. I think it was a franchise
I know.
tag. I'm not.
I know Kamara signed an extension deal, but I don't think they gave Derrick Henry. I think they franchise tagged him.
Now they did, and then they gave him a deal. Yeah, he got a deal. 4-year deal, $50 million.
Okay.
That's what I said. No, he did. Now they paid him because the team. That's what I like when teams step up. The Titans team was like, y'all need to pay him. Like he was a big reason we even went far last year. How y'all gonna make the person who's one most responsible
I like this.
unhappy?
I like them.
I like
You
them.
feel me? They got a good culture here.
They're a tough
But
team though.
They're gonna beat you playing ugly football. They want to make the
Real
game
ugly.
physical.
They're going to do a lot
It's
of running.
backyard football.
Tannehill
Turn people, fast
Tannehill ain't
possession.
gonna turn the ball over, and if they get the run game going, you in trouble because that's when Tannehill's a good play action passer. You feel me? Not to say he's like them. He kind of reminds me of Eli when it comes to that because Eli wasn't the greatest drop back though, but if you had a run game going, you let him do that play action, he'll tear your ass up. And that's what Tannehill's strong suit is. They run that play action and they swing him out. You know he's athletic. He's good at throwing on the run, and they got them big receivers. So if you make it into a shootout, you'll beat them because they can't put up the points. Like they'll always be tough in the AFC, but they always gonna lose to a team like Kansas City. Because Kansas City gonna put up too much points.
Too much.
You know they got a perfect team for the Ravens because they got them fast ass linebackers to stay in and contain Lamar. But if the Raiders get, like I said, they get an AB, they gonna be in trouble too because now they can beat you downfield.
Open season. All right, the Texans.
Could be
Bill
good.
O'Brien. That's all I gotta say.
I know. No,
Trade day.
I'm not
DeAndre
the
Hopkins
is out.
showed
I'm
you
not
yesterday why the fuck you shouldn't have traded him. If they seen it, they could have beat the damn KC if
need
they
that
had.
boy to run for his
D-Hop.
life.
You feel me? They had they put their faith in Brandon Cooks and Will Fuller, thinking they can replace D-Hop with two people. Like, no, bro. D-Hop.
With that-
You
with that-
can't replace that type of talent.
Well,
Yeah.
that is Will
That
Fuller's
was
not a one.
stupid.
He's not a one. He's injury prone. He's not
Yeah.
a bad. He's a good
And
receiver.
Brandon
but
Cooks
he's
is
not
just
reliable.
more of a two-route type of guy. He's either going to run
Verdict is out.
a stop and go
Yeah,
or a
Brandon
fly.
Cooks ain't been real right ever since he got cracked in that
Yeah,
Super Bowl by
jeez.
Eagles.
You might got PTSD.
And then even on what's other? Don't they got Kenny Stills?
He's good.
He's good.
He's
They
good,
got
but
Randall Cobb.
you can't put it all on
They
him.
got depth at receiver. Like they traded him to get more depth, But that's like I said, there's certain people you just don't
can't
trade
get rid
their
of.
balls.
Yeah, you can.
When they lace them up on the field, they're gonna show out. You feel me? That was stupid, and that's why he was determining the factor yesterday on the 49ers.
That's why.
Busting their ass. And him being out there helps Larry even more.
What?
Because now you're going to have
We
Larry
got two
not getting
good
double
threats.
teams. The two niggas that don't drop the ball. They got like glue hands. And Kyler. Boy, Kyler.
Good luck. You want to send the whole house
crazy.
down.
Basically,
My boy,
that's
let's see if Kyler Murray can
It's
fuck around and be
shifty.
MVP this year. And this was before the D-Hop trade. Then this year happens. I wonder what that bet was. That shit was probably like plus 1,000.
All right, the last one is the Colts.
Yeah.
Could be really good.
Yeah.
It's up to Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
They have an offensive line.
I
They
don't
have
believe in Philip.
running backs.
I don't
That's
believe
what I'm
in
saying.
Phillip.
I don't believe in Philip.
I think-
I'm sorry. He
I
couldn't
think
get
they're
it
going to
done.
be back in the market for a quarterback next year. And
Yeah,
not to
next
get
year.
into my team,
Yeah,
Phillip only on a 2-year deal. They can fuck around and be in that Dak Prescott fucking sweepstakes heavy. That's all they need as a quarterback. You have the receivers. You have one of the best lines in the league offensively. You got 2 running backs, and you got a dominant defense.
Can you picture Dak Prescott hitting the poppy slide in Indy gear?
I forgot.
Who did that shit?
The poppy
Sunday.
slide.
So who y'all think get that division?
Titans.
I'm gonna go with the Titans.
I
too.
go to Titans.
All right, so now I'm going over to the NFC.
Let's
This
get
is my
it.
type of talk.
And we just gonna go right for the gusto.
Damn.
The NFC East.
Oh man. Owenio.
And we're gonna start with the no-name team,
The
which
W.
is
The capital
Man.
the
W.
Washington Football
All
Team.
you Washington fans, enjoy it this week. I hate the Eagles. Everybody knows I hate the Eagles. But if you really look at that game, Washington got fucking lucky, bro. Carson Wentz, they missed that other touchdown pass. They were about to go up 24-0. That fucked the whole
Strictly,
game up.
y'all won because the Eagles, my Eagles, choked on their own shit. Do
Like,
not believe your own hype. Don't think,
just be happy
They
you
talk-
got your win, but
they talking about Rivera got cancer.
y'all know your ass
No.
is going to be back in the basement in a few goddamn weeks.
Right,
Arizona's going to come in there and bust y'all ass.
Your season's over.
And y'all beat up a depleted line. So you watch the football team fans crack your coronas, do all of that, because you're gonna need more of it at the end of the year. You feel me?
It's gonna be a lot of slow
I'm
singing.
seeing too many of them hype. And I'm like, bro, go ahead, man. Stop it.
The rest of the season trying to figure out
That's
the
that
name,
week
you know.
1, man. Everybody
Right.
be hyped up that week 1.
Yeah, that's another thing before we get this. Some people gotta learn that it's just 1 week. And I've been telling people all off season, don't panic in week 1. You know, even before when they had preseason, you're not gonna see the real team till week 4. It's gonna be even more noticeable now. They had no preseason, and people want to use their professionals talk. Fuck that, bro. You need preseason. It's different when you're hitting a team that you really don't care for injury wise. Like you have your inter squad scrimmages, but at the end of the day, if you're on defense, you're not gonna hit your own teammate that hard to where he gets hurt.
Right.
Preseason, they motherfuckers full speed, everything, gloves is off, you playing.
You're playing for
You
drugs.
feel me? Even the quarterback, he's not getting that much pressure in the pocket like that in squad scrimmages because you don't want to see a stupid injury. Preseason, they hitting that quarterback. You feel me? So some of these motherfucking fans got to just relax. It's week 1. Because even Eagles fans, I hear the radio station, they calling for
No.
Jalen Hurts already. Say, damn, already.
Yeah,
Casket
I'll
call.
speak to that first hand.
Don't be a lot of-
Half of us jump off that bridge after that game. Like, season was basically over. Some call
Cowboys
Peterson
fans
saying,
are
like,
doing
what?
it too. I hear, start the ginger. I'm like, bro, off 1 game? You feel me? Like,
Man, look,
Damn.
they fucked the church's money up. Niggas lost money on their ticket.
hey, I understand you lose money, you
You
say
know,
some
you
shit.
get into
But
the
some of these
feeling.
people don't be betting, they
Some
just
of you-
fans.
Your word is life.
It's just, and they fucking feelings.
Eagles
Like, bro,
I'll take it all
we
the
should
way
be
up.
happy that we even get to see NFL this year.
Fuck
Word
this
is
shit up
life.
early. 1 o'clock game. Ticket is done.
Word. That's why I wait. I divvy it out. If I lose that 1, I got red for 4.
Oh, man. All right. The Giants.
Next.
Please trade Saquon Barkley. Wasting that man. He's gonna pull a
They
Barry
gonna
Sanders
pull
and retire.
They gonna pull a Juice Stelly on him.
Y'all had this man on 12 and 15 of his carries getting hit as soon as he got the ball. And then some Giants fans are talking about he fell off. No. What are you supposed to do?
What are they watching? Fell off. What? First of all.
I
This
said,
is like
yeah.
second, third.
And the thing is, even though I love my running back to death, he's like the dude that's just the most dangerous running back in the league. That motherfucker get an inch of space, he gone. You feel me? Like
Facts.
that's that. He's the one that has the most dangerous big play factor. Only one closer like him is McCaffrey, but he don't have that stupid ass freak ability Saquon got. Like nigga be hurdling two people like he's Superman and shit. Like just let that man go, bro. Let somebody else enjoy him. Shit.
Yeah, I don't really see too much happening from them.
They've been rebuilding since that last Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They sacrificed it all for that.
They've been in the playoffs one time since then.
And I don't know what they're going to do.
Not that year.
They only can beat the Patriots, it seemed like. That was it. They sacrificed it all to beat Tom twice.
But if they might try. I heard they might be in the running to try to get Odell back, man. That might change him up a little
They
bit.
can do it.
It'd be smart.
It's smart, but that's too much ego.
But I don't think. Well, I don't know. They could do it, but that'd just be fucking stupid. You should, y'all can have
too much
it back.
ego, yeah.
What y'all gonna get back the same shit y'all got?
Basically.
Yeah.
Come get your shit.
Take your shit back.
We'll take
Come
our
get your
shit
shit
back.
back.
You get your shit back.
Deal.
All right, the Cowboys.
Shoot.
Got a lot
I
of
ain't got nothing to say.
got a lot of talent on paper. Gotta live up to it. My thing is like
Shout out to my boy Z.
we fired Jason Garrett because of stupid ass fourth quarter decisions. And we hire a coach and the first game he does is make a stupid fourth quarter decision.
Because they don't quit.
And it's just like oh, we cursed or something. Like
Jerry Jones effect, man.
Is good, or is this just the coach that Jerry's gonna get a yes man, somebody that's he can control? Because even like I know some people are saying, oh, it's more aggressive. Jason would have kicked the field goal. I'm like, bro, at that point in the game, you kicked the field goal. You wasn't moving the ball like you was earlier. You feel me? And your defense was getting stops. Tie the game up, and instead of doing the shit that happened at the end of the game, and that's why, you see what I say. I never tell motherfuckers, the game, don't leave it in the ref's hands. Because if it's in the NFL, more likely you're going to get fucked. Yeah, it was a stupid call, but you had 5 chances to do it before you had a chance to start the shit when you was hot and you took you got past middle of the field, and for whatever reason, once again, I don't understand, we got rid of Jason Garrett because of this. Ezekiel Elliott was doing what the fuck he wanted to do yesterday. Only got 5 carries in the second half. You feel me? We got rid of a coach for that. And you go get a coach that's doing the same shit.
In that playbook, when you get to the fourth quarter section, it's titled silly shit.
Yeah.
It's titled silly shit.
Like we have 5
Damn, you see,
I just thought
you had a chance to tie the game.
got tired of why you let
You
it
feel
go.
me? And that's why I was saying, I'm like, you got tired because they said he was too conservative. So you think he's just going to change up? Like, no, that's how he won. He's going to still do it. So for me, it's just like, I'm going to give him a chance. Like I said, I give motherfuckers a week for it. Hopefully he changed. But from what I've seen so far, more than likely it's going to be Cowboys bullshit when they can jump away with the division and will fuck around, hang around to the end of the year and get disappointed. We may get lucky this year because they added the 7th spot, and that's the spot where you usually always finish them on the outside looking in. So we may get lucky with that. But right now, I'm not trying to panic. The talent is there, but that coaching shit that shit got me worried, bro. That shit got me heavily worried, bro. And even Dak Prescott, I'm not saying it was his fault, but you gotta play better, bro. You gotta make things happen. You talking about you want to be one of these great play quarterbacks. Yeah, your offensive line was fucked up, but look at the ones you want to be. Like Russell Wilson even had the greatest line.
Right.
He makes things.
You don't see Russell Wilson
and that's
almost
one thing
making
I don't get
excuses
with him either. He's a mobile quarterback that doesn't really run a lot.
Yeah,
Every time he runs, good things happen. You want to stay in that quarterback and be traditional. Fuck that. Use what makes you good. At Mississippi State, he stood out because he used his ability, and it's not even like he's slow, and he's a big-ass, strong motherfucker. If he gets to the second level, he runs them corners over. You got to start improvising. If your line's fucked up, you got to know, hey, I don't have time to be sitting back here looking through all that. I got to get it out, or let me extend the pocket and help my line to attack down the field. But you can't be demanding this money and then trying to use over our offensive line. No, Russell, Pat Mahomes, Watson been hit more than any quarterback. None of them are complaining, and they still get the job done. So you feel me? It's either, that's why I said, I told you earlier, this year is a make or break deal for him. If he don't do what he need to do, Dak Prescott won't be on the Cowboys.
Pack your bags.
You
Pack
feel
your
me?
bags. Yep.
And I'll be completely fine with it.
You're going to the Chargers.
Especially they got dog bit.
Right. Let some dumbass team pay him all that Brady wants.
Somebody gonna pay him.
Somebody's gonna pay him.
Somebody's
gonna pay him. It won't be Jerry Jones.
Somebody out there with the Birdman hands like, wait for him to fuck up.
Might be the Chargers.
And another thing before we done with them, Kellen Moore needed to go with Jason Garrett. He called a stupid ass game yesterday. Like, you got all these explosive pieces on offense, and you still running predictable shit. Like, it started out good. You see how they did it in the first half, moving the ball. If you notice, it went back to the same stale shit. And the one thing I don't get is, we ran the fuck out of RPOs when we was winning, and they just don't do it anymore. And you got the threats to do it. You got 3 niggas, 2 good running backs. One of them could be one of the best in the league. Why not do the shit? You feel me? So
because when they look at each other in the fourth quarter and give each other that head nod, you know it's time for
it's
silly
time for
shit.
dumb shit. Yo, I don't want
Look at the peak pages.
I don't want
Silly
to
shit.
So we don't want to turn the ball over. We just gonna do 5-yard passes. All that shit we was doing in the first.
That's what
They be like this, look, we're up by 10. Silly shit.
You feel
The
me?
shit that was working in the first
We're
half,
gonna
we're
throw the
not
ball
doing.
and keep clock not moving. We're not gonna get the ball to Zeke so he can just wear the defense out.
See,
Just-
take the cleats off, you're done.
Feel me?
Please off.
Actually, if we don't get the ball
Take
to
a seat
Pollard.
next to me, because you ain't running for the next 6 plays.
I had you under your rushing yards, but you're too close.
Sometimes somebody
Chalk
put
it
Zeke
up
on
to the game, man.
Sometimes somebody put Zeke on like low management in the fourth quarter. Like, really though?
You paid him to be that
Right.
guy. You made him the highest paid
And
running
he is
back.
that guy.
He's
Like,
still the highest paid running back with all the people getting deals. Like,
all right, last but not least, the Eagles.
All right. Whew. So, I'll set this up. My team, we are not getting lucky playing with Walmart receivers this year.
oh shit.
It all comes down to 2 big factors. In terms of, I'm not going to say anything about some goals just yet. I'm not going that far. Just winning the division as a whole. Only 2 things can stop us. Injury bug, not just Carson, the entire team. Injuries. We've had problems with the last 3 years.
Y'all stay
Last 3 years we stayed getting hurt.
Stay injured, yo.
No matter what. Even Super Bowl year, we had injuries galore.
That's how.
When's injuries coming?
Yeah, injury, yeah. Injuries now.
It ain't matter.
now.
It ain't matter how. It's a matter of when. Like
Yeah,
it's,
no
it's
preseason.
happening.
Yeah, no
The
preseason
most
games. We had
fragile
injuries
team in
galore.
the
Like,
fucking
really?
Back
league.
So,
who's that back?
Who is y'all back?
That's the rookie, right?
They're
Uh,
using
Brooke
their
Evans,
backups.
yes.
From Alabama.
Yeah,
Their
Jalen
backups
Hurts.
is hurt.
Yeah.
He hurt? Oh, shit. God damn.
Right.
Hey,
No
what the fuck
preseason
going on
games
with
played,
y'all?
and we like have the lineups hurt.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah. So
about
like,
y'all.
so number one, I think it's injuries, and number 2,
Niggas get hurt in practice, yo.
in
Like,
the-
y'all niggas about to have Fletcher Cox playing quarterback.
Right. Shoot, I'm gonna put Jason Peters in that bad boy, like the way we play.
Niggas about
Yeah,
Fletcher
he
Cox
was
gonna be back there in
You
the
might
shot.
be-
That was dumb. They had a chance to get AP, and they just
Yeah,
let him
we
go.
let him go. That was
And you
dumb.
need a power running back with them.
Right. You put too much faith in Miles Sanders.
I think what y'all is Howie Roseman started smelling his own ass too much.
Yeah,
He was doing this off the wall shit. For one, Jalen Hurts wasn't even active. So you took a guy in the second round that you had no intentions on using. The way the NFL is, if you take the first 2 of your picks, the first round pick and the second round pick, should be guys that can come in and play immediately. I really don't think anybody was looking at Jalen Hurts in the second round. Cowboys wasn't even looking at him. So because some people were like, oh, they tried to take him away from the Cowboys. I was like, no,
No, that was definitely the
we
case.
were not looking at him.
Yeah.
So I just don't get. I can understand if you get him and you use him like how they use Taysom Hill, but to not even have him active the first game, it's like So what if Wentz got hurt? Who's gonna play quarterback?
Right.
Red Ward?
That was silly.
Fletcher Cox. I just told you. Fletcher about to be in the shelter.
Like the Eagles, I think what y'all need to do is put pressure on Howie Roseman, let him know, like, you keep making these stupid ass moves, we're gonna get rid of you again because
See, the problem,
it's costing him. It's like ever since the Super Bowl happened, he's just done questionable move after questionable move.
the problem with that is towards the management. We're not gonna do that until we start missing the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like right now, everybody thinks like the management, like we're still on the Super Bowl, like we're no longer on the Super Bowl effect. No, we're still feeling ourselves after that Super Bowl win. It was like 3 years ago, not just about. And it's just like until we miss the playoffs, we're like a glaring like duh, even though it is there now, like duh, it's not the same team. Howie Roseman, like in particular, like you got to make changes, but it's like no, well we're still a playoff team, one division. I'm like, you got lucky as hell. Like
they don't realize the real fans, like how you see it, and some of my other friends as Eagle fans. You can say that, but they don't realize the bigger picture. You only getting away with that playoff shit because the NFC East is trash.
Right.
You feel me? So if you was in say you was in San Fran division or one of the power divisions in the league, you wouldn't be able to say that playoff shit. And now it looks a lot worse. But now, you know, I think even still this year, the NFC East is going to be one of the weaker divisions.
It's still going to come down to
division one is going to be about 10-6 at max.
It's going to come down to Cowboys, Eagles, like that was the other thing I was saying, like injuries and then like when the Cowboys
it's been like that for the past 6 years.
It's never gonna change. It's like no matter how like you're gonna win the division, whether it's with 8-8 or 9-7, whatever, like 10-6, whatever the case may be, it's gonna go through Dallas. So I don't care what anybody says. The reason why the division last year was gift wrapped to the Cowboys, I don't know how they did not come through, especially against us that last game. But either here or there, the other day, I'll try to be nice. Everybody knows me. I hate the Cowboys. I would love to use that term. I'm trying to be serious right now.
I'm
but
one of the most unbiased Cowboy fans on the fight.
But in the day, like there's no way in God's.
That is why Dak Prescott didn't get his fucking money because the Eagles tried to gift wrap you the division. And you lost every game. Right. And it was
you had the game against us last year.
The Eagles just lost the game. The Cowboys can finally clinch it. Nope, the Cowboys get their ass beat.
Right. I'm like, the Cowboys could have clinched on that one game.
NFC East fans, the NFL helped us out by trying to open up another slot, and we still ain't gonna get it. We're gonna get one team in that bitch.
No, the funny part about it is the truth. That's
I really want to know the NFC because the NFC East team, not to brag, but they bring high ratings, especially the Eagles and the Cowboys.
Even Eagles Giants.
So what's not better than having both of them in the damn playoffs? Yeah. But we so trash that's still not going to help. It's only going to get one of them in.
Help you all.
It's like, nigga, do the shit. Just fucking score.
Give me your ball. I will say this about we don't know we're talking about Cowboys already, but I have to ask you, how much of the Cowboys' luck or choking, whatever you want to call it, goes back to Jerry Jones? Cowboy fans have been blaming him for the last couple of years too.
You can't blame Jerry Jones has put the pieces on the field that are there to be successful. The players at some point got to play. The only fault I blame is he fired Jason Garrett way too many years too late.
I gotta say,
Jerry used to be a problem with acquiring players before when he was just still doing it. But ever since he gave it to Will McClay, who's the guy that's found all these good draft picks we get, you know, he's been doing it better. But if it was up to Jerry, instead of drafting Zach Martin, we would have drafted Johnny Manziel that year. Imagine how bad that shit would have been. You feel me?
Right in the fucking toilet.
That Jerry's doing what he's supposed to do. It's just he had too much of a love. That's the thing about Jerry. He loves his players and coaches too much that he sees them as family. Mm-hmm. So, you know, Jason Garrett was heavily affiliated, not even through just him playing for him. A lot of people didn't know Jason Garrett's father used to work for Jerry Jones. Yeah. So there's heavily ties there. That's why it took forever, and Jason Garrett will always find a way to save his ass. Like, he would go into that season, you're like, Cowboys probably going to blow it, Gary get fired. Boom, Cowboys fucking play out this world with one season, and then you give him Cowboys expectations next season, and 8-8. That's literally the story of his whole career, dog.
8-8.
Good season, 8-8. Good season, 8-8. Never getting past the second round.
As far as who wins the division, I'm going to give it to the Cowboys.
I give it to Cowboys by default because I think the Eagles won't have a team to finish the season.
Nope.
Because
Because the Wentz injury is coming.
Pennsylvania.
Bro, this week
Wentz wagon.
I don't like the Eagles, but I'm scared to death for this week. That boy Aaron Donald coming, and you see how he pulling the fuck out of us. He's coming, and he don't hit you like he make you feel it.
I'm gonna give it.
And with no line,
Yeah.
y'all gonna open the gates for him.
That was my biggest thing I told Eagles fans, and some were calling me haters, but I said, bro, the strength of the Eagles has always been the offensive line, specifically Lane Johnson and Brooks. I said that right side, it's the right side, right? Yeah, I said that right side, you never got pressure over from there. I said now, the left side would give it up here and there, but your right side was so strong that you could just always throw a tight end over there to make up for it. I said now you don't have that leisure. They're both hurt right now, you feel me? And I told people, I was like, bro, at Washington, you see it in the boardroom. I told us that the Washington D-line gonna be coming for that ass. I'm telling you, they're gonna cause. And I didn't even say just the Eagles. I said they're gonna cause hell in the NFC East for the next few years because we're gonna have to deal with it too. But I think we'll be able to get them, outshoot them. But even still, if you look at that game, like I said, the Eagles was one play from putting that bitch out. If they go up 24-0, it's a wrap. They have the whole momentum. Him missing that play and threw that pick was literally the Eagles more losing the game than Washington winning.
As I was saying,
So they'll resume their shit in the basement soon because, the Giants might get them.
Now,
they might beat the Giants. My fault.
Now, in terms of picking my pick for the NFC East, I'm battling fandom because I hate ever admitting the Cowboys being better than us on any given
Of course,
day.
if you catch
I
them
hate
regular
it.
day,
I just like
you say, "Man, I win
it's
that
just like
shit."
there's one side of
It's like you sitting there
it's like
saying.
one side of fans saying like you better not say it. The other side is like say it, say it.
It's like
Common
you
sense.
It's like you saying you like the Beehive.
Fuck them niggas.
I'm just
I have
saying,
beef with the Beehive.
unbiased,
We'll
just
get
give
into
the
that.
unbiased opinion.
But on some real, I have to say, as a football fan, it's the Cowboys division to win or lose.
OT.
See, thank God they go on FanDuel for that shit, man. I would have been mad as shit. I would have walked off this show, yo. You laugh,
I
hell.
can't wait to watch some Game 7 after this, boy.
So-
Let's get this shit going so we can catch it.
It's Cowboys division and win or lose. Yeah. Next division.
All right, we're gonna
I'm
move
depressed
on.
right
NFC West. We're gonna start with the Cardinals.
Could shock a lot of people this year.
Yeah, with them two deep threats with
People don't realize
Larry.
Divisional dark
horse. Good. Pat Pete's still here. I like the safety, Buda Baker. They got a good front seven. People keep sleeping on Chandler Jones for whatever reason, but if you really know football, Chandler Jones is a beast. I mean, because he was on your squad.
Yeah.
But people been sleeping on the seasons he's been having. He's been double-digit sacks the last 4 years.
Well, this is the thing. That the Patriots didn't use him right. They didn't use Chandler Jones right.
Yeah,
Y'all put him at linebacker.
They ain't use him to his potential.
He should have just had his hand in the ground.
Like, I don't understand. This is y'all. This is good. Not
He was
to go
still
back.
good at that position, though.
He was, but it's like this is y'all problem. Y'all stop putting them slow niggas at line. They're not covering They're not covering
What
nobody.
you call wasn't that slow, though? I don't know why that was.
Hightower?
Van Noy.
I'm gonna say Hightower's slow. His hand needs to be in the
We
dirt.
never really been good at pass rushing.
Yeah.
So that's just we just
No.
made it.
When y'all had Junior Seau, and y'all was good.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm talking about notoriously we're not good.
That was
known for
old.
being
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I was looking through it anyway.
Lately, they
Like, far as like
runs, they ain't really good.
like far as like probably like past
they
5-6
get their
years,
pass rush
our
from their
pass rush.
linebackers.
Yeah,
That's
we
why I
never
get them
really
big
good
slow
at
niggas so they
freaking.
can get
pass
to that
rush.
D line.
That's why we signed Harrison that one year to try to do something. But
I mean, y'all have Vince Wilfork.
yeah, he was old.
He's a
then.
run stopper.
One stop.
Yeah.
Clog up the holes.
But still, that's a big dude to take on 2 blocks though.
Yeah, he
That
was
was
big. He was big
That
as
run
shit.
stop.
But
Fuck to fill them lanes up.
yeah, as far as like actual pass
You run,
rushing,
but
No.
that's the
That's
thing
not-
again. You run them linebacker stunts behind you. You can't see them.
That's how Teddy was so successful, man.
all right.
Shout
Next
out to Teddy
team,
Bruschi.
Seahawks.
Could be a Super Bowl contender if
Yeah.
shit go right.
You know what I mean? Sensational.
Jamal Adams coming in was big.
That's a huge.
Nice, good.
Jamal Adams coming in was big.
Oh,
Now they
yeah.
got that safety they've been craving for so long.
Jamal Adams, shout
They
out
got a
to
good secondary. They still got Bobby Wagner in there. Who shouts to Bobby Wagner. Niggas don't put enough respect on his name. He been like the elite linebacker for like what? Fucking 10 years.
He's a
He
99.
lasted from the first run, and he's still out there looking like a young boy.
He's been playing pretty well.
And what you call KJ Wright balling over there too.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, so that's
we got to play them next week. I ain't too confident with it.
I'm not too confident.
good luck. Keep it G. People need to start putting a lot of respect more on Russell Wilson's name.
Facts.
Because a lot of people always mention the best quarterbacks and don't mention him. And, you know, I know Mahomes did what he did, but for them to mention Mahomes before Wilson is disrespect.
Yeah.
Like a motherfucker. Because I know, don't forgive me, Mahomes is in another class, all that shit. But you got to think, shit, if Russell had them same threats, he probably could look crazy too. You
Yeah,
gotta understand.
Yeah, Travis Kelce and all that.
Mahomes still
Tyreek
be in the
Hill
fucking sitting in the pocket, chilling sometimes. Russell, you gotta usually see him running the fuck around.
He gotta be
Seahawks
mobile.
line been trash for the last 3 years. And you can't tell because he makes it look good. You feel me?
No, they
Imagine if he was able to just sit from the pocket and pick you off with all
Right.
the threats they got.
I remember it's killing me right now. Think about Russell Wilson's career outside of beast mode. What elite like offensive player had he had on his team in the last 10 years? Like
He just had gadget guys and he
Yeah.
made them look good.
Yeah,
Percy
yeah.
Harvin.
Golden Tate.
Even the one boy that was killing in the Super Bowl versus y'all, he got picked up a week before the season started. He was at ShopRite bagging groceries and went off in the fucking playoff in the Super Bowl.
That was
the top
caught
tower.
that
Yeah,
caught that shit.
yeah.
Man, that shit was
He's
crazy.
fucking like that's who he was throwing to. Russ, you know, even the guys shit, the best guy, talent wise, you can see the difference is fucking DK. Russ and DK be shitting on
Metcalf is
people.
killing. Is killing.
I'm happy for Metcalf because everybody was hating on him. Said, how you look that good in the combine and still not go in the first round? And they try to start doing that. That's why I hate the analytical part of sports. Like, you just got to know when it comes to football, this ain't basketball. You feel me? Even basketball, the analytics don't ever add up, especially with football. Fucking, a player is a player. If you see a motherfucking shitting, it don't got to be because he's fast. He's just a player. You feel me?
A lot of people
We've never
use
seen
analytics
his, never
to
seen
take
his
away.
dad play.
Yeah.
Dad was a
A lot of
beast.
people use analytics to try to take away from like a player's
Yeah.
abilities and stuff.
They was trying to shit on his cone drill and shit. I'm like, oh, he has problems getting in and out. You can work on that shit. You feel me? But it was perfect for Seattle because the 3 routes he runs is the perfect for Russ. Russ loved throwing that deep ball. But yeah, Seattle could be really good. I think they could go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I agree.
Besides the one team that I have picked.
I'm not convinced until like week 3. I'm not.
You always gotta wait.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just speaking
not
off of what I've
convinced.
seen. Just the addition of Jamal Adams to that team
I
was
love
big.
it. I like Jamal Adams. I
Shit, I wish
like Jamal. I wish
Javon, to tell you, I was begging for my boys to trade for him. Begging. I'm like, bro, he's worth it. Fuck that, trade him.
Nah, Earl want to go to y'all.
Still, I don't know what the hell's going on.
Earl want to
I
go
think
to
they gotta
y'all.
wait the week too so they get that vet contract.
All right, so the next team is the Rams.
I'm not.
I wish they could
They're
be a
not
good
better.
team.
They're not
this
better
year.
than either 40. To me, they're not better than 49.
They're not. Yeah, the division. They're
not
a
too tough.
good team. They can be. If they were in another division, they could probably win the division.
There's
But
an AFC South.
that division is too tough. All the teams in that division are dogs.
Yeah,
They will be the last place team.
Yeah, they're gonna be
Because they don't have the offensive fire. Like, even the shit, they pull that off on us, but you look at them other defenses in that division, you're not doing that on the motherfucking 49ers, the Seahawks. Jamal Adams sniffing that out, all that play action. I will say, though, they have a good coach. McVay is a good-ass coach.
Yeah, I'm just not sold on golf.
Yeah, that's my main reason. Like, even with the Cowboys game, people was like trying to give Goff credit. I said, bro, anytime he had to throw downfield, he almost threw a pick besides that one good pass that Trayvon Diggs jumped too early on. You feel me? And that's a rookie. But I'm like, otherwise, all his passes at max were going 2 yards. He was averaging 2.2 yards per throw in the air. I mean, and that's mostly the receiver. You're going to have them other team that's not as young as us on defense sniff that out. You feel me? Then you know how he is. As soon as you get pressure on him, when he got to do conventional shit, he throwing picks.
Yep.
And the thing, that boy is the number one pick in the draft. A loaded draft.
All right, and last but not least, the 49ers.
They banged up right now.
Yeah.
But if they get back, I'm not even too worried about it. Some people talking about panicking off of that, but I'm like, they didn't have Bosa, like they didn't have none of their top guys. When they get their defense back, they'd be all right. I don't see them winning the division. I see them getting a wild
I
card.
think
I
Jimmy
don't-
G got
yeah, I
the
don't
same
say- I don't
thing
see
he
him
had
winning.
last year.
I don't see him winning the
I see
division.
him winning the division.
I can see it being, yeah.
I see Seattle winning.
Seattle's winning.
Yeah, I was about to say, I see Seattle winning that division.
Niners got a hard schedule, bro.
I know they do.
They got the
but
second hardest schedule in the league. And Jimmy G's gonna get exposed this year.
Exposed.
All that running.
I don't want to say it.
I'm telling you,
I don't
now,
wanna say
I've
it.
been waiting to say this for years. Jimmy G ain't it. And my boy, shouts to my boy J Ron, I was just talking to him. Jimmy, he even said it. Jimmy is doing dumb shit. Like, even George Kittle was open a few times. He's just missing the progression. And I'm like, bro, you've been in the league a long time. You sat behind the goal.
Mm-hmm.
You should know about progressions. That's all Tom do is do progressions. And, he was missing shit. Even if you go back to last year, even with the comeback they had, Jimmy had a chance to prove he was worth all that money. Manuel Sanders was wide the fuck open and he missed him.
He never get over that play until.
And it seems like
That bitch
he's
could have been
been
holding up the sign. He
Yeah.
still would have missed.
he's been
Like,
sick
yo.
as hell since he had a few chances yesterday, missed him wide open. And then they talking about, if I was them, I would make this move. Go get Odell Beckham. He wants to go there. Jimmy can throw the deep ball good enough, and you can't overthrow
that
Odell.
would be fair.
Odell over there,
That would
that'd
be
be
fair.
cool.
They need that.
With Debo and them.
You have Debo,
Yeah, that's
Odell,
tough.
Kittle, and they got picked. You already got a young team. You can sacrifice a
And they
pick.
got a good running
You
game.
feel me? What other shit do you need? You got a good line. You got receivers. You got a running back. You got an all-world defense. Get them picks up, bro. Go get Odell. You good.
All right, so we're going to move on. NFC North, we're going to start with the Chicago Bears.
The Bears.
Great defense.
Great
quarterbacks.
Good defense.
They have offensive weapons as well. Allen Robinson is very underappreciated. He's a great route runner. Just can't. I hope Foles gets in there. Even though I will say I was shocked. Mitch looked good in the second half last week. He was throwing the ball good, hitting them in stride.
They quarterback Trubisky, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just think
I
about
believe
how
it up to 16 games, though. He's
you
okay.
traded up to pick Mitchell Trubisky before Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. I was at that draft. It was in Philly.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I was sitting there because I was able to get inside. And even the Bears fans was like all happy. And they got mad at me, called me a hating ass Cowboy fan. I said, bro, the two quarterbacks that's going to get taken after him are better. You guys are stupid. I wish I could find them, dog. I know they probably like, that dude knew what the hell he was talking about. Because even when I watched him at North Carolina, I'm like, why is they gassing this boy? All he would do was throw a lot of bubble screens, and they had little short, crafty receivers that would get him a lot of yak. But whenever they went against like a worthy team talking about, he played like shit. And he only played 1 year at quarterback, where Watson was a national championship winner and Mahomes is a 3-year starter.
Yeah. All right, next team is the Packers.
They need help.
They do? What happened to that defense?
They played the Vikings.
Bro,
They ran 43 points.
they gave up 34 points.
Yeah,
That defense was their strong suit last year because the offense was stagnant, but we'll see. It's weird how they're like an inch away from a rebuild or an inch away from like putting something together and
going on a run,
extending it
like,
a few years. You feel me?
I really think.
But the signs point to a rebuild.
I think it's time for.
It's hard for me to pick anybody
man.
better than that.
Not Aaron.
Even with the
Aaron
defense.
not going.
Aaron fine. Like,
Aaron is gone. They trade, bro. They draft. You don't draft a quarterback in the first round for him to just be sick. I know they did it with Aaron, but you feel me? This quarterback they was big on. You got to think they have a new coach. Aaron ran his course. Like they're like, yo, you're an older receiver. Everybody thought. A quarterback. Everybody thought Tom was going to retire. Just like bro said, thought Tom was going to. Everybody think Aaron going to retire. Once you get to a certain level of age, it's like, yo, we ain't winning. We ain't going to the bowl with you no more. we only went to the bowl with you once, and you kind of been iffy since that bowl. You had good seasons, but every time we get to the NFC chip, we get blown the fuck out. You feel me? Except for the 1 year with the onside kick with the Seahawks.
Yeah.
But
They took that one away.
and half of it is partially him. They're like, yo, we're paying you all this money. How we gonna go get some people?
Yeah,
You feel me? You want us to? We paid Devontae Adams for it. We did a lot of shit for you. The word is, I heard that they asked him to take a little pay cut so they can go get people, and he said no. So it's like, okay, you want us to go get people, but you don't open up the money to go get people. So I think honestly, after this year, if they don't make another deep run,
I was telling my boy the same thing.
he may be
He's a
gone.
Packers fan.
And peep
I
into
was saying the
this.
same thing. I'm like, yo, don't be surprised if they trade him or like, you
Peep
know.
into this. That's the main reason I think Jerry Jones' ass ain't paying Dak Prescott. His ass been watching that Aaron Rodgers situation.
Ooh,
If he free up, I'm telling you.
No.
That'd
I'm
be
telling you.
that would be
If
scary.
he
You
gets,
don't want that.
No.
if he gets released, Dak Prescott going, they're gonna go sign Aaron Rodgers ASAP. They're gonna throw the bag
Tony
out.
Romo
But you
4.0.
gotta think, that's gonna extend his career. You get more weapons than you ever had. You get a defensive line protecting you, and you don't have to play superhero football no more. Yeah, I heard that.
That's crazy because
They
they're
was over there wild.
talking about getting Brady too. Like the Cowboys were before.
Well, I knew they wasn't going
I
to
didn't
do
get
that.
him, but like it made sense to
But
me.
Aaron Rodgers would make more sense because he's more mobile.
Yeah.
You feel me? They didn't want that stiff
Honestly,
quarterback.
I wouldn't be surprised if I saw that happen.
That's what I'm
Dallas don't
talking
want
about.
to see Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs.
There's a reason that they didn't pay Dak Prescott. They're watching something.
Yeah, they looking for somebody.
Once they seen motherfucking, that's why they fell back after the draft. Once they seen Green Bay take dude, it's like, hold on. Dak might have to play under the franchise tender with start Dalton. That's why they even signed Dalton to put pressure on him. Because I told people, I'm not big as Dalton up. I said, Dalton's never had a team like this. Dalton ain't a bad quarterback. He showed up in the playoffs. They just had that dumbass Vontaze Burfict fucked him up that year. But I'm like, bro,
I can't stand
that was a put pressure on him. Like, hey, fuck around if you want Dak and let this dude come in here and get hot with us, and you won't have a spot. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Because you see, he signed the tender right after.
All right, next team is the Vikings.
Quarterback's gonna hold them
Them
back,
losing Diggs hurt them.
and their D backs are suspect now. D backs used to be their strong suit.
They still got Rhodes?
He's
Yeah,
gone. He's gone.
What's going?
They cut him.
They got
They cut Rhodes?
They got
Rhodes
Adam,
Island?
I forget where
they
Rose
got
is
Adam
at.
Thielen. They got Adam Thielen.
Feeling
What,
the bus.
Devon-
They got a good offense.
Think
Jefferson
it was.
from LSU is over there. Cooks is good
They
when he's
got
healthy.
Rudolph.
But he's always hurt.
Rudolph.
You feel me? They're a weird team. They could get in the playoffs and really do damage and shock you, or
Yeah,
get
that's
there and just lay an egg. It's like when it seems like you can't put no expectations on them. Like everybody thought the Saints was gonna murder them, and I wish I had the shit screenshot.
We should have.
Me and my boy had a convo. I said, bro, there's a fact. I said, the fact that everybody thinks the Saints are going to beat them, I'm about to go against them. I said, watch the Vikings win. I bet like $50 on the shit. End up winning off them, bro. It's just, when you don't give them no expectations, they play really good
That
football.
was when my man tried to miss the tackle.
No, he pushed the push off.
Oh, yeah, the push off in the end zone.
And the first one was when he missed the tackle. The second one was the push off in the end zone.
Yeah, with the tight end.
Yeah.
Every time I think about that shit, I'm like, all you
They're
gotta do
bitching about
all you
it.
gotta do is tackle.
They don't
All you gotta do
realize
is tackle. You try to
They
do a
was
highlight
that
play.
one was stupid, but the one last year, they don't realize Minnesota had that was on first down. It was still, if they didn't call it, it would have been like what, first and like what 10 and it's still in the red zone. You feel me? They still was gonna lose that game anyway.
Nah, that would have been a different game. They ran the ball twice and we stopped them, and they threw the fade route and he pushed off and caught the touchdown.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Miami.
they still didn't cover the
Sorry, I
spread.
had a bet in.
No, they still didn't cover the spread. Damn.
What was the spread on that?
I think it was.
Miami wasn't the favorites. They was underdog.
I think it was like for them they were negative. I think they were -6.
Oh, Miami.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think Miami was -6.
Boston was -2.
Was that on FanDuel?
Well, unless you played it early, it might have been.
Yeah.
You know they changed.
Oh,
after-
It changes throughout the day, so a lot of people probably took Boston.
All right,
because we got to get in this game 7.
Yeah, fact. All right, Lions.
Fire that coach. Nobody likes him. And
Who?
y'all are one of the greatest franchises at wasting talent.
Yep.
Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson, Matt Stafford. People don't realize how good Matt Stafford is. Matt Stafford is really a dog, bro.
Yeah, he's
like
a good
even when I looked at his stats, he's been doing even since Calvin left. He be putting up crazy stats, but the Lions suck so bad that they pay this dude no mind. Like, shit, that's another guy. Let him get free and let Dallas be out there waiting, looking. I take him over Dak Prescott.
I can even picture him in the Dallas outfit.
He's
I
from
can
Texas.
see that.
Yeah.
I can see that popping more down there.
You feel me? Exactly. He's
And
young.
Rodgers going to church. You know, Rodgers from Cali.
See, with Tommy and
And
Tampa
Rodgers
Bay,
fucked
things
around
possible.
with the 49ers.
Word
I
is
can see
bond.
that.
That's where Aaron Rodgers
So,
was at.
who do y'all think wins that division? I'm gonna go with Green Bay,
Green Bay.
but slightly.
They're going to win the division, but they're going to get mollywopped in the first round. And that might be the end of Aaron Rodgers. Keep it real. They can't wait to move on. You got to think, though.
He said
Aaron Rodgers is a dickhead, man. They're
You
tired
know,
of
he
him.
really,
They've been
he
dealing
really
with him
is
for
though.
like 12
Aaron
years.
Rodgers is a real life
He's had
asshole.
this smug personality ever since he didn't get drafted where he wanted. And you know, they're like, bitch, why you being like that to us? We drafted you.
Right.
You feel me? And then they had the Brett Favre situation, and they talking about it. I heard there's a lot of animosity for how they handled it because originally they was gonna let Brett Favre just come back. Aaron Rodgers was like, man, fuck that. Like y'all said this and that. Aaron Rodgers was told, all right, he's gonna let him come back. You would go to the 49ers, which is gonna be the trade. Then they chose last minute to just trade Favre. So I don't think he just really want to be there anyway. Plus, he's probably tired of being cold as hell. Green Bay a different cold, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get to that division that matters.
On them Cali sun.
NFC South.
Yeah.
All right, this is the last one for the NFC, and this is we're gonna start with Saints.
Who that?
I mean, they got the most complete team in football.
Yeah.
They just keep getting the short end of the straw.
We
Like,
just don't.
Saints should have 2 Super Bowls already. Because I'm not knocking your Patriots, but that year that they did that bullshit, the Saints would have beat y'all.
Can I shake your hand on that one? You can shake your hand on that one.
And last year, they may have not beaten this KC, but it would have been a way better game.
Way better game. Thank you.
And even still, with the if they would have had a 49ers jumped on them, it'd have been game over. You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. If they was put in that position, they're not. Casey not coming back on them. You feel me? So
Would they be
Saints
49ers
really-
in the playoffs last year though?
Who?
Saints. If they
I
Saints
think
got
they
that far.
could.
Yeah, I think so too.
We
I
would
think
have.
they could. When it comes to that shit, it comes to quarterback play.
I mean, it
You
should
gotta-
like talent wise.
You gotta understand, Green
We
Bay.
would have. It was one play that determined.
Green Bay was a
That-
terrible matchup for the Saints. The D-line, the offensive line is trash. They don't have the threats. The Saints have a good offensive line.
We do.
They got a defense and they got D-backs. They got aggressive D-backs.
We got the top
That
5
shit that Jimmy
offensive
was getting. You gotta realize, Jimmy, it was easy for him. He didn't have to fucking do anything. They would have been rushing the ball like that on the Saints. Jimmy literally ain't throw a pass in the NFC chip to the second quarter. And they already had 17-0 by then. You feel me? Like, Jimmy gonna get exposed this year, bro. I'm telling you.
My
That's supposed
thing.
to go to me.
My thing
It's all right
about.
then.
My thing about my team is, I mean, I'm happy with them this year. I felt that we held our own. I felt our D-backs held their own against Mike Evans and the boys, you know, Sunday, which is surprising me.
It's a
because-
crazy rivalry, boy.
It is, because which is surprising me because we're terrible. Our D-backs are terrible. We got one good D-back.
Listen,
And that's-
Lattimore is a beast, but you do. Well, Janoris Jenkins is not gonna be. He's a good second D-back.
Well, yeah, he's good. He's older.
Yeah.
You know, so I expect what I'm gonna get out of him.
Didn't y'all get the fucking Eagles safety back?
Yeah, we
Y'all
got.
set, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all got it's Super Bowl or bust for y'all. Y'all complete at every spot. You got the scary shit they did the most that nobody talked about. That signing Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah.
And now you have another person. You don't have to throw to Mike Thomas.
You don't
all
have
that.
to.
And people don't realize how
People
nasty
fear
Emmanuel
Emmanuel
Sanders.
Sanders' speed.
He's a perfect slot guy. and Jared Cook is there. You got Kamara out the backfield. So it's just up to them.
It's up to
As
them.
long as they don't get no unlucky breaks, they should be.
The only thing that I'm not convinced is we hired a nigga that tried to stick his whole finger in his mouth and pull a W out. I'm just not convinced on him yet.
Before we do that, though,
Shout out to Hill.
I mean, keep
That's
it
my
real
boy.
with you.
Hill's a beast.
Hill's a beast. Shout out to Hill.
Jameis ain't no fucking bum. Like
No,
people
he's
trying
not
to
a
say.
bum.
You gotta understand that nigga
He's
couldn't
not
see
good.
last year was still throwing what he had to throw. And I heard, from a person I know that lives out in New Orleans, he was looking decent in camp. You feel me? I'm thinking he's your guy to take a throw. You feel me? That's not that bad. I think him under Sean Payton in the future is going to be a good thing for y'all.
The
Y'all
one
got
thing
that
about
young-ass
Sean Payton to me is I like Sean Payton. I think he's a great coach, but he pussy steps in the playoffs sometimes for me.
And you want to trade?
Huh?
Take him back.
No,
Yeah.
No.
Y'all took him from us. Shit, we'll take him
no,
back.
hell no,
All
no.
right.
No, but he for
Pretty
me,
sure there's a lot worse
you
you
know,
can do at that position.
For me, he just does that. But other than that, I feel like we're good. If we can stay healthy, I feel like we're good.
Just don't run into no unlucky breaks that y'all just happen to keep finding.
You know what? But we get those unlucky breaks because of the stupid, because of us.
silly shit.
Because we do silly shit. Instead of sealing it till in the game, we put ourselves in that predicament where we miss that tackle on the sideline. Stephon scores. We get the Kyle Rudolph push off. We get this George Kittle, and now it's we get them shit. So we put ourselves in those predicaments. Yes. So we don't put ourselves in stupid predicaments. We'll win more games.
All right, next team is the Panthers.
I like them.
You could shock a lot of people.
Yeah.
Shout out Teddy.
People got to
That's
realize
a divisional dark.
Teddy's a decent quarterback. He's not going to lose you the game.
No.
He's a smart quarterback. He's going to make the smart play. And they lost yesterday, but that was because of defense. Teddy did what he had to do.
And he's still getting his feeding back. He's
Oh, no,
still,
didn't they
still
win?
getting his rhythm.
No, Carolina lost. They lost.
I like Teddy.
Yeah,
Even when
I
Teddy
like
took
Teddy,
over
man.
for us, like Teddy was doing good.
Yeah.
Teddy won us the games.
Sure.
People was like, "Oh, y'all said, look, he's
Mine,
not
tell
going
you,
to
I wanted him on
throw
my
300
squad.
and something yards."
Remember, I was everybody's getting mad at me. Like, I still don't feel no different. I want to tell you, on my squad, bro. Teddy's smart, man. Teddy's
Shout
gonna be
out
all right for
Christian
them.
McCaffrey.
All right, next team is the Falcons.
Falcons.
Fuck out of here. Fuck.
They ain't
Shout
talking
out
about
Julio
wasted
Jones.
talent.
Wait to tell it.
Shout out Julio
They-
Jones.
they-
Come
They
to
don't
the Saints.
have on paper and on Madden. They look amazing, but it just don't go right. You
Madden
got,
ain't-
They ain't
Put
been
on
the
watch.
same since they lost to us in the Super Bowl.
yeah, they still see.
How you give us what was it, 28?
23.
20-3.
You still see that for one of the dreams. Like it's still
Matt
it's
Ryan.
in the playbook.
Matt Ryan. They gotta get rid of Matt. They gotta get rid of Matty Ice.
I don't even think it's Madden.
It's not
man.
Madden.
They gotta get a new coach.
I think it's the guy. I'm gonna say. I think it's the coach.
Daniel Quinn is done. He's done after that Super Bowl. They just, how do you have a 6'6" god at receiver and can't get him the ball in the end zone? You can't throw. All you need to do, and Matt Ryan's capable because he does it before, get him one-on-one and throw a back shoulder throw. Should be a touchdown every fucking time. Instead, y'all do stupid shit like you have him run a slant. No, he's 6'6", bro. Get him ISO one-on-one. If they're gonna bring two DBs over here, now you just go opposite. But they still, bro, they got all the talent in the world. Even Todd Gurley ain't as bad as people think. Yeah, he ain't what he used to be, but he's serviceable. And you still got Ridley. You got a good defense. Like, they just punch drunk. They're done after that Super Bowl. That's why they need a new direction, a leadership.
Yeah, they
Coaching
definitely
is
need a
done.
new coach.
They don't even believe in their coaching. You feel me? And you see it yesterday. You punch them in the mouth, they done. The Seahawks punched them. It was close. As soon as they punched them in the mouth, blowout. That's what I'm hoping we do to them this week, because we got to play them.
You just got smacked and said, "Oh, these
All
are
right,
real."
last but not least, the Buccaneers.
Teflon Tom.
That'll be a
Tom Cruise.
wild card team.
That's what I call Brady right now. Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I say
Top
it's
gun.
definitely gonna be a wild
There'll
card.
be a wild card team, and a team you don't want to face in the damn playoffs. Because you just don't want to play Brady in the playoffs, period. But as a team, you just don't want to play because if they can beat any team in the league if they get hot. They got all the weapons. They got the defense was better than I thought it would be. Feel me? Because bitch, the linebackers they got fast as hell. Who's the boy White, number 45? He was all over the fucking place, bro. Like they gonna be alright this year. There's a lot of Tampa fans already. I guess they're not used to having anything anyways. They've been shit. They already this might not be worth it. I'm like, bro, not every team in the NFL is the Saints. Y'all open with the Saints. Y'all got a whole new team. The Saints been playing together for a minute. Like, there's no preseason.
Yeah, that was a real tough matchup.
Yeah, that's tough to open up with.
I'm gonna get into it. Look, I'm a Saints fan, but it's gonna be a fight for that division between us and Tampa Bay. It's gonna be a fight.
Yeah.
Because I don't see the Falcons are not
into the Saints.
No, I'm gonna give it to, but it's gonna be a fight. The Falcons are not there yet.
No.
And Carolina is more there than the Falcons, but they're not there yet. So it's between those teams, but I'm not sleeping on Tampa Bay.
No,
Bruce is a good coach. Tom is a good, still got it.
Yep.
And Gronk still got it. They ain't really get a ball to Gronk that much.
No, they didn't. Not
they
that
didn't.
game.
But, and then on top of that, they got the what's it, Leonard Fournette? They got Leonard Fournette.
They got
Shady.
running backs.
Yeah,
Jones played
And they
good
got
yesterday
Evans.
too.
And they got Godwin.
This is weird seeing my boys.
They got 3 tight ends.
Three.
They got Cameron Brate, OJ Howard, and Gronk. Nigga, Gronk looked like he lost a whole lot of steps. He was slow as hell.
Oh shit.
They had to put OJ Howard in there.
I forgot. Shout out to Jordan Reed, man. He's on the 49ers now.
Hopefully he can stay healthy.
Yeah, man. He's actually a good tight end if he stays healthy.
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
They better.
Oh
Here we
shit!
go. They better not lose tonight, or y'all gonna hate me on Facebook.
That's what I was saying. Everybody saying the Clippers, they're gonna win. I'm like, you don't realize the Clippers, no matter what team they're in, the Clippers' story, history-wise, they're the Clippers. There's a reason why they've never been to the conference finals. They've gone to 3 games in one league a couple years ago with the Rockets. Yeah, the Rockets were a better team than the Nuggets, but that version of the Rockets were better than the Nuggets, but the Clippers are the Clippers. Even with Kawhi, but we'll see.
We're gonna see, man.
Should have been a 5-game series, but now look where we are now.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this up. I'm trying to catch the game. I want to appreciate y'all for coming through, taking y'all time out to talk about this, and everything. So we appreciate y'all coming through.
That shit again. I don't be doing nothing.
Absolutely, I definitely got you. So you already know what to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Show some love.
You already know what to do, man.
Black Lives Matter.
All that. You already know the vibe.
Yeah, you know the next episode, Jay.
What?
That 3-0.
Yes, sir.
30-30.
Shit, I'm already there.
That's what I've been there for the last 3 years.
I was saying.
I'm at 3-3.
So until next time, this is Jay.
This is big.
So catch y'all next time. This has been Lit Logic. Peace.
Hey.
Oh man.
Great episode, y'all.
Great episode.
And when the
I'm
mic's
about to
done.
watch this great game 7. These niggas better
Where
not
we at? We
lose,
got it.
bro. I'm gonna give
Hour